Mechamaru, you've got a glow. Have you changed your foundation? Mai asked.
Of course not. Panda demolished me. So now I'm brand new.
Mechamaru replied. You make it sound almost heartwarming, Miwa said. They were in the second-year classroom at Kyoto Jujutsu High School. Mechamaru was checking the condition of the joints in his right hand. That panda just isn't cute, said Mai. He acts like an old dude.
Well, Panda was a gorilla, not a panda,
Mechamaru explained. As if that makes any sense, replied Miwa. Did you attend a Goodwill event at Ueno Zoo or something? Mai asked. All right, quiet down now, Assistant Manager Tanabe said, ending their conversation with a clap of his hands. Tanabe turned off the lights and used a projector to show images of traffic accidents on the white wall. They were a sharp contrast to the Japanese-style architecture defining the room's interior. Judging from Tanabe's puffed-up demeanor, Mai and Mechamaru guessed that he had chose this room because of the importance of the meeting, so they were attentive. It has become clear that the outbreak of traffic accidents around Kyoto is the work of a curse user, Tanabe said. A curse user? Not a cursed spirit? Miwa asked. Well, witnesses have spotted a cursed spirit with an unnatural appearance at some of the crash sites, Tanabe explained. It was a shikigami, which led to suspicion that the curse user was purposefully disturbing drivers of motor vehicles. I investigated and Tanabe switched images. Now they were looking at an overhead view of Kyoto. Indicators marked the locations of a few accidents. Judging from the accident sites and residuals, there is a high possibility that the curse user's hideout is here. Mount Hiei? Mai asked, frowning as she recognized the location. It wasn't unthinkable. Well-known historical locations were prime sites for negative emotions. The burnt remains of Enryaku Temple on Mount Hiei are well known. It's said that Oda Nobunaga's slaughter of the Buddhist priests there spared neither young nor old, man nor woman, not even children. The severity of that incident led to its becoming a famous paranormal site. Mai tilted her head. Seriously? A little obvious, no? Yes, it's suspicious, I agree, Tanabe nodded. Ordinarily, a curse user would be unable to hide out on Mount Hiei, an area that sorcerers treat with extra caution because it's a good spot for cursed spirits to gather. Jujutsu High personnel frequently visit Enryaku Temple, and they wouldn't fail to notice any suspicious individuals or evidence. But they did. And there's a reason for that, Tanabe continued.
Is this connected to that news story a couple months ago?
Mechamaru asked. You are correct, Mr. Ultimate.
Ultimate isn't my last name.
Mechamaru heard a tittering of voices. With a scraping of metal on metal, he turned to face them. Miwa was still laughing, but Mai got the conversation back on course to avoid any further disagreement on the matter. Surely it's not the place with toxic gas eruption. Yes, that's the place, Tanabe answered. An automotive dealer from Shiga Prefecture had a maintenance facility there, where they stored damaged cars. It filled up with toxic gas fumes, then someone put a curtain there.
So now sorcerers can't go in to fight because of the gas, and humans can't go in to resolve the gas issue because of the curtain,
Mechamaru reasoned. I doubt the gas issue would resolve on its own. The curtain is probably keeping it in. But it is possible to go in and investigate, right? Yeah, you could use gas masks or a reconnaissance shikigami. Since human beings can go in without special equipment, no one suspected the curse user was hiding there. I guess that's why the higher-ups didn't do anything sooner. Thus, the gas stayed there. And then you went to investigate, there was a curtain. That's right, Tanabe said. Seeing Miwa and Mai work it out for themselves left him feeling less important. Do we have any info on the curse user? Like their power level or curse technique? The curse technique is probably simple manipulation of objects using shikigami as a medium. If we restrict the target for manipulation to functioning of automobiles, we may be able to estimate the curse technique's range and force. Having said that, we can speculate from the broad range of the curse technique that the curse user is semi-grade 1 or higher. That doesn't tell us much. Well, we have to guess based on evidence from accidents around the city. Furthermore, the gas is covering a large area and there's only so much we can do with shikigami. A thorough investigation would take time we don't have, because the curse user might get away. We have to go straight in, prepared to eliminate or capture the offender. But the poisonous gas is an obvious obstacle, and without knowing the curse user's rank, what can we do? Besides, isn't assigning this to Jujutsu high school students a bit? Miwa broke off and looked at Mechamaru. As you seem to have guessed, Tanabe said, Kyoto Jujutsu High is a sorcerer who is able to use a curse technique to cover a broad area remotely. It makes him suitable for the mission. So it's Mechamaru's mission and his alone? Basically, yes. I did think, however, that I would ask you two to help me keep an eye on the city. Grunt work, Mai grumbled, still looking at Mechamaru. Mechamaru's expression hadn't changed, because he didn't have a function for facial expressions. By contrast, Mai looked displeased and Miwa's face revealed the opposite of easy acceptance. No one needed to ask how the others were feeling.
No problem. I'm I'm the best one suited to the job.
Mekamaru said indifferently. All right, y'all. That is section 2 of chapter 2 of Mr. Ultimate's chapter. Oh my gosh, that cracked me up so much. First of all, the managers are utterly useless. This guy got like the best room in the school so that he could have his little PowerPoint presentation. And then Mai and Miwa just steal his thunder. I absolutely love that. The managers are useless. Another thing that I love is, and this will be a recurring thing throughout this chapter, right now we're just kind of getting introduced to the first taste of it, but Mekamaru is a student. Sure, he's a special grade student, but he's a student. And what that looks like, his world and what his world looks like is entirely different than a standard jujutsu student. Mekamaru's existence is a very sad one. And we see the beginnings of that in things like him being sent on this decently dangerous solo mission, blind, no backup, after his whole robo body just got refurbished. So they really kind of use, and when I say they, I mean the higher-ups, they really kind of use him as a dispensable doll. But regardless of whether his robo face can show emotions or not, regardless of whether Miwa and Mai can understand him and his tone and know what he's feeling, they care. Can't believe I said that about Mai, but it seems that she cares. So you have plenty more of those little tidbits to look forward to in this chapter. Anyway, I think that's all I had to say for this section. Next section, we'll get into a lot of character interactions, so I will be in my feels and have way too much to say. Till then, see y'all there.